kind of like panicked for a minute. I was like, oh my god, like what's happened? And he shaved his eyebrow. Take your glasses off. So good morning, guys. So Tom woke me up this morning, and the first thing he said to me, I was like half asleep, and he was like, I need your help with something, and he was being like dead serious, and I like kind of like panicked for a minute. I was like, oh my god, like what's happened? And then he tells me they was trying to shave these little bits here to fix what I'd missed, or they're usually a bit shorter, is what he said. And he shaved his eyebrow. Take your glasses off. Come on, let me turn the camera. Oh god. So I'm gonna try and fix it. He wants me to try and fix it with some like, what? Anastasia Beverly Hills brow dip.
Just don't want to be called a knob by the kids today.
So for those of you guys who don't know, Tom works in a school, so he's like a teacher. So he can't walk around with like a slit in his brow. People are gonna think he's like part of a gang. Can you imagine?
Thug life in a suit.
Yeah, thug life in a suit.
Let's get it on. What the freaking hell is this?
It's just a little bit of brow dip. What's it called?
Brow dick.
No, give me brow. I'm gonna have to.
You do realise you're gonna probably have to do the other one now.
I know. Well. I'm going to do the other one. It's not gonna look ridiculous if it's not matching. It's not gonna look like you have anything.
Fucking hell.
You can't even tell. Well, if someone had gone to shave off their eyebrow, we wouldn't be having this problem, would we?
I think I'll just keep the eyebrow being shaved.
Well, you can if you think it's that bad. Struggling to fill this bad boy in.
What?
Nothing.
Ooh, it looks alright, don't it?
See? I'm just gonna do a little bit more.
I've had my eyebrows tinted.
I will put like a little bit throughout, just here and there. Just so it doesn't look like you've just got one obnoxiously darker eyebrow.
I'm on the edge. We'll break down.
Oh my god. Right. A minute. Stop pouting.
I'm still.
Okay. I'm just gonna run some gel stuff through it to make sure it's gonna stay, not rub off.
Do you realise you have to do this like every single day for a fucking week now?
It's no hassle.
Apart from Saturday and Sunday.
Right, let me see.
I'll go out in my tracksuit on them days.
No, it is a tiny,
Hang with my
a little
boys.
tiny bit, but not much.
Ready?
Guys, see, it's not obvious anymore. It's like a tidgy bit obvious if you go super close, but I think it looks fine. It's hard because you've got a full-on straight line where you cut through it.
Oops.
Hey guys, so I thought I'd give you a bit of an update on the situation with Lily, my dog. So the surgery went pretty well. She is at home resting. They took her, I can't remember what, I think it's called a stint or something. It's out of her leg. I'm pretty sure that's what they were giving medication in. I'm not really sure exactly what it is. I'm not familiar with like vet terminology, like medical terminology. And she's eaten a little bit food and had something to drink, so that's looking good. As far as like the biopsy and stuff, we're not gonna know for a bit yet. They did try and give her some painkillers earlier, my mom and my sister, and they had to put jam around it because apparently they taste awful, and she kept eating the jam and then spitting the tablet out. But eventually they did get her to take the tablets, obviously that's made her much more comfortable, and she's sleeping on my mom's knee now. Mom was like, I really need to get up to go for a wee, and I can't because Lily's on me. So I'm glad that I'm really, hopeful that she's going to be okay. It's just a bit of a scare, and especially with me not being there, it made me even more worried. So I have a doctor's appointment at 5, and then I've got my hair being done at 6. So hopefully traffic's not too bad. I mean, the doctors and the hairdressers aren't too far away, but sometimes the traffic along the top road can be really bad, and like somewhere that takes you 5 minutes to get to can take half an hour. And hopefully doctors are not running too far behind, but that I have a list of stuff that I need to get prescribed and talk to my doctor about, because obviously a lot has changed since I've last seen him. There was an appointment with him for 10 o'clock this morning, but I wanted to have a bit of a sleep in, so I wasn't really feeling like going. If you can hear a noise, it's my pump, my feeding pump. But yeah, that's pretty much it. The room is a tip as usual. There's so much clothes that I need to sort out, but I'm just I've just done my makeup and now I'm pretty drained. Oh, I'll show you. This is just like a little smoky brown red eye, and I have put a bit of highlight on today, but obviously I can only put it on one side because of my tape. But yeah. Welcome to Manchester, where in summer you have to wear your raincoats to go outside. Seriously though, like, it's ridiculous. It is not stopped raining since I got out of hospital, which was last Friday, and we're now on Wednesday, and it's been raining every day and night, and it's meant to be summer. Like, I literally just had to go and take the rubbish bags out, because we obviously have bins in the kitchen, but we have a rubbish bag on the back of the door, and then one near the beside of my bed, because obviously with having my tube I have to do a lot of flushes, which means that, and medicine, which means I have to use syringes, and I have to throw away the wrappers, and I use a lot of tissues as well. And then my empty feed, or well, I don't finish the whole bottle of feed because I'm not prescribed that much, but the feed, the empty bottles I put in the bin bag as well, so I had to go and empty those bags upstairs. Literally, I opened the door and I was only wearing my cardigan, which is what I've got on underneath, this little black thing. I was only wearing that, and then I literally got soaked. I was like, oh, for God's sake, so I had to come back inside and put my big winter coat on. Also, just ignore this, this is like foundation from the corners, but yeah. So that's the current situation, getting soaked. Also, I did change my jeans to these older ones, and I'm also wearing Vans now as well, just because going outside when it's raining, the floor tends to be quite muddy, and I didn't want to get my white Vans dirty, and also my white Converse, so I'm just going to wear my Vans. Might put on my Timberlands later, because I'm actually going to my hairdresser's house today, just because the salon closes at 8 and my hair takes quite a long time to do, so obviously it's more comfortable for me as well, rather than sitting in the hairdressing chairs, I'm sure. Anyway, so yeah, I'm not really sure what the time is at the moment. I'm looking around for a clock, but there isn't any in here, but I'm gonna go make a drink because my throat's very, very dry, and I haven't really attempted anything today, except my feed, which I keep pausing, so I need to go plug myself back in. But yeah, so I'm gonna go relax and rest for a bit until the doctor's, basically. I'm just really not feeling today. I don't know if it's this weather or what, but like my joints, it could be EDS, but my joints are just so sore, and I've got so much pain when I move. Like, I'm really struggling to get warm, which I normally do struggle with, because of like malnutrition and stuff, being like underweight, like you get quite cold easily and you struggle to like regulate your body temperature. So if I get hot, I struggle to cool down, but usually the case is I get very, very cold, especially my hands and feet, and they just cannot get warm, and that's like what I'm having. Like, I'm under the covers, I've got a blanket on, and I'm in my cardigan as well, and I'm still like really cold. I'm just reading some of the comments on yesterday's vlog, and someone said, could you do a video about Australia and how you came to be back in England? I would do a video, but it would kind of be boring. Like, it's like really, really quick explanations of basically, when I was about 11, my family emigrated to Australia, and I did most of secondary school there, and then after I finished secondary school, I came back to England on like a holiday for a few months, and then decided I wanted to move back here. But I decided that first I was gonna finish uni. I was at university at the time. I was starting university in Australia, and I did a year of nursing, and then my health started to get really, really bad. I was only 16 or 17 at the time. I think I was 17 when it really, really started to get bad. I did struggle with stuff like before then, like towards the end of secondary school, but it didn't get bad until I started university when I was 17. Anyway, I ended up having to drop out of university after I finished my first year of nursing, and then obviously brings us to where we are now. I finished my first year of university. Tom came out to Australia. He stayed there for about 3 or 4 months, and then he was like, I want to move here. But obviously we had to both come back to England first because I had to meet his family and all that malarkey. So basically we've been in England ever since. So for the past 2 years we've been back in England. And we are planning on moving back to Australia. So if that brings everyone up to speed, kind of, I hope that made sense. So we're just trying to get all my health sorted out before we go. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm just kind of half editing. I'm gonna edit what I filmed so far, what I've vlogged so far today, just because I know I'm gonna be out quite late tonight with my hair and the doctors. So I'm not gonna really have that much. I'm gonna be quite knackered when I come in, and I'm probably not gonna want to do much editing. So if tomorrow's vlog, well, this vlog is up later than what my other vlogs have been, that's why. So I'm gonna do that now. It says My Heritage DNA. I searched 23 something. What is it called? I just searched something. I can't remember. 23andMe. I don't even know what website I clicked on. But yeah. I'm just wondering because it says only £59, and then you can find out like loads of stuff about where you've come from, you know, stuff like that. It'd be interesting to compare it to someone like my sister and see. Obviously, we'd have similar results. I presume. I don't really know how it works. But I just thought it might be something like really interesting to do and to find out. So I don't know. I'll have a think about it. I might do it. Maybe me and Tom could both do it. That would be cool. But also Tom's birthday is coming up in less than a month, so I do need to order. There's a few little bits and bobs in it, like smaller, because last year was his 21st, so it was like it was a special birthday. So I got him an Apple Watch. This year I'm not gonna be spending as much money, not because it's not a big birthday, just because really we both really don't have the money to spend, especially because we're, you know, saving to go to Australia. And obviously when I do get there, I'm gonna be looking at probably doing some phlebotomy training. I already am qualified, but I have to do a specific amount of patients and stuff before I can practice on my own, so I'm gonna have to pay for that probably, and also driving lessons. My dad will probably teach me, you know, like he did, because I will have to retake my learners, because I've got my learners here but not in Australia. I'll have to redo that before I can like learn. But yeah, my dad will probably teach me quite a bit, but I do want to pay for some lessons as well. So we don't really have the money to spend, but I know he wanted to go see Jack Whitehall live, and he's live like on his birthday, I'm pretty sure, excuse me, in London, and we're actually going down to London near Tom's birthday, so I'm going to get him some Jack Whitehall tickets, and he never watches my vlogs, so it doesn't matter, I can talk about it on here. And I'm also going to get him some other things, but just in case he does watch this vlog, he already knows about the Jack Whitehall thing, but there's a few other things I'm thinking of getting him, just like smaller little bits, for his birthday, yeah, so he's turning 22, but on the other hand, I'm turning 21, so I'm expecting like a nice big present. No, I'm not really. I told him, if you're going to get me something, just get me something really, really small, but not jewellery, because I know my mum will definitely get me jewellery. My grandma wants to buy me some jewellery, and I'm pretty sure my dad's probably going to buy me some jewellery. I know I'm going to get a lot of jewellery because it's my 21st, and everyone wants it to be something like, big, like expensive and special, so I've pretty much said I don't need any more jewellery. I got a load of jewellery for my 18th and 19th. And I'm pretty sure I got jewellery last year as well. Everyone loves to buy me things. I'm running out of limbs and places to put the jewellery on. So I think I'm just going to ask for money, really. Like, I'd prefer money because I'm trying to save up for like a car and stuff like that. And it's hard when you don't work to save money, so ideally, everyone's like, oh, don't be silly, I want to get you something, it's your 21st. I'm like, yeah, but I need to save my money, so that's just my pump, ignore it. But yeah, so, and I'm going to stop talking now because, again, like yesterday's vlog was so long. It was like 22 minutes long, I think, and I had to cut down that a lot to get it to 22 minutes. So I'm gonna look into this DNA stuff and we'll see. So a while ago I mentioned in one of my vlogs there is a fine line between like, you know, getting your strength back and then overdoing it. So my hairdresser just texted me saying that she's not working on Saturday now, so we can do my hair on Saturday if that's any better. I mean, she's totally understanding about my health and stuff. Like, she's super cool about it, and she knows like I have cancelled loads on her, and then she's also had to cancel on me a few times because she hasn't been on well, and obviously me being me, like, I'm so understanding, like I totally get it. She also actually has someone working for her that that has POTS, so she like, and this particular woman has actually like fainted in the shop before and stuff, so like she gets it as well. Like, it's just like a really like chilled out place because they all like, they know about something I have. I mean, she knows a lot about my other conditions as well, but anyway. So she texted me and said, is Saturday any better? And I was thinking, like, I'm feeling rough, like, is it wise to be doing a doctor's appointment and then the hairdresser straight after? Like, I'm gonna struggle, I know I'm gonna be paying for it, and then I've got my nurse coming at 10 AM tomorrow, so it's all a bit much in a short period of time. So I've cancelled my hair and it's now going to be on Saturday, which will give me a bit of a break, especially with the cold weather. I don't really want to have to be being out in the cold for a long period of time. So I've got hiccups. Whew. So I'll tell you what it is. I've had some anti-sickness, and it's the Zofran or ondansetron that dissolves under your tongue, and every time I take it and I dissolve it under my tongue, it makes me like hiccup. I don't know why, but it does. I'm gonna have to start putting it down my tube, I think. Yeah, so I think that's a wise choice, just so I'm not gonna be in trouble tomorrow. Oh, and while I'm here, I had an email from a childcare nursery in Trafford. Now, this is something that I applied for like, probably a year and a half ago, but maybe even longer, when I was feeling much more able, shall we say. And basically they contacted me saying, like, we'd really like you to come like work for us. Like, we've got like a nursery childcare nurse position available. So I have I actually have a Cert 3 and a Cert 2 in childcare, I think. I'm not sure exactly the qualifications, but I do have some qualifications in childcare because I actually wanted to go into childcare before I wanted to do nursing. Or I wanted to do both, but I wasn't sure which one I wanted to do. And then I've also got like senior first aid training, phlebotomy training, a year of nursing. I've all got all those kind of qualifications as well. So combined everything together, you actually are quite qualified for quite a lot of different jobs. And she emailed me and said, like, we'd love for you to come work for us, but the only thing is I would love to go work in a childcare as a nurse, but it is a full-time position and that's just not something that I could cope with or do at the moment, which is really frustrating and upsetting because I would love to be able to go out and work right now. I really would, but unfortunately that's just not something that's in the cards for me at the moment, on the table, shall we say. But yeah, so I just thought I'd mention that because I thought it was like a really cool opportunity, and I did email her back and I said thank you so much, like, that you've picked me like out of loads of other like resumes or CVs or whatever you call it, wherever you are. And you know, it's one of those websites where you list the type of jobs that you would be interested in, and then you put up your CV, and then companies will look through and, like, you know, contact you if they feel like that you're suited to their position, which I'm just really devastated that I'm currently at this point with my health where I can't work at the moment. I mean, I can't even go to a doctor's appointment and then get my hair done straight after. Like, you know, if you look at it like that, like, I can't work a full-time job. I mean, if it was a few hours a week, I'd probably say, yeah, like, I'll come for a trial day and I'll see how I fare, but at the moment it's just not good. Can you imagine if that wasn't you then? How awkward. Okay guys, so I'm not gonna do a big update because, quite frankly, I'm kind of pissed off and I'm not really in the mood, and I'm really tired as well. So basically, we got to the doctors, and obviously, you know, I was complaining about my hospital and how they've been messing everything up. Well, it turns out that they've been prescribing me medications that can cause dangerous arrhythmias and like cause heart attacks and stuff like that, because they're reacting with the medications that I'm already on. The medications being erythromycin and ondansetron. So I had to basically stop them now and go back on metoclopramide, which is trying to do 2 jobs at once, which I didn't really like the metoclopramide anyway because I was starting to get bad side effects from it, like major like muscle spasms and like all sorts of like weird like neurological type symptoms, which are really common if you've been on that for long term. Anyway, so basically my doctor was not happy to prescribe them to me because of like the reactions like of going into arrhythmias and stuff like that. But the hospital already knew before I knew that I was going into SVT, and they didn't ever, you know, mention anything or anything like that. So now he's writing a letter to the hospital, like saying like, you know, you need to review this lady now and either swap medications or whatever, or if they're okay to it, like as long as they say like yes, she can have them, I can have them, kind of thing. But it's just frustrating that they should have done that when I was there. But anyway, and then we had some other medications to pick up, and then we went into the pharmacy, and Tom goes, oh, well no, the pharmacist guy that we always see, he's like, oh hey Amy, like when I walked through the door, like he just knew me, and this sounds like, oh yeah, when the pharmacist knows you by like your name or whatever, and I'm like, yeah, that's not a good thing. But anyway, yeah, so we're just off to the shops really quickly before we go home, just to get some things. Like Tom's gonna get something for tea, and I'm gonna get some more of those Fox's what are they called? Glacier fruit sweet things. They're really good. This time you better not eat all the good flavours as well. You can eat some of the bad ones.
Buy 2 bags, aren't you?
I'll buy a few bags because they're only £1. But yeah. Hey guys, so we've been home for quite a few hours from the doctors. It's just ridiculous, like the kind of treatment that I get from this hospital. Like, it's not just one time, it's just over and over and over again that they've just mistreated, and they just leave things, and they're just constantly messing things up that, you know, maybe if once it happens you think, oh, maybe it's a mistake, but it's happened just over and over and over again, and it's getting dangerous now where their problems are becoming life-threatening issues for me, that if I didn't have doctors that were on the ball, they could have missed it, and you never know what could have happened if it wasn't for this. I have 2 brilliant doctors at my GP surgery that I see. One's a female, one's a male. They're both brilliant doctors. And there's been several occasions where they've picked up stuff that the hospital has missed. That they're the specialists at the hospital. They're meant to, you know, go over these things and make sure these things are fine before they put you on medications. And it's just the fact that they look at my notes and they go, oh, she's 20, she's young, she's resilient, she's fine, I can wait, I can be left. And it's not the case whatsoever. If they looked at my notes properly, they would see the long list of medications I'm on, the long list of diagnoses. I'm a very complex person with a lot of health issues that interact with other issues, and it's their job to be making sure. It's not my job, it's not my GP's job. They're just meant to manage the immediate stuff and, you know, generally overall manage. It's not their job. But I'm lucky that they're on the ball and that they've caught these things when they have. Otherwise, I don't know where I'd be right now. Anyway, I'm just exhausted mentally, physically, in quite a lot of pain. I've had to take my stronger painkillers today, or before. I've just been sleeping. It's about 10 o'clock and it's still light outside. Like, that's the thing that annoys me about England, is I've woken up and it's bright, and it confused me. I thought, oh my god, is it like the next day? Like, my nurse is going to be here, and then I'll check the time and I look at the day and I'm like, oh, wait, no, I've only been sleeping for an hour or whatever. Anyway, I'm going to try and get some sleep, like proper sleep now. I don't know where Tom is. I think he's downstairs. He's got some stuff to do for work, and I think he might have made tea late. I don't know. So I'm going to try and get some sleep, because I'm just exhausted. And obviously I'll talk to my home care nurse tomorrow about it, because these are important medications that I need to be on. So just for me not to have them, I mean, obviously I'm just taking metoclopramide, but that's trying to do two things at once. It's trying to be a motility and an anti-sickness. And I've been on it before, and to be fair, I didn't do a very good job of either, so I'm going to try to get some sleep. I love you guys so much, and thank you so much for the support on this channel. And thank you for the suggestions on yesterday's video. I did ask what videos you'd like me to do, or what you'd like to see on my main channel. So you guys did suggest quite a few things, so I'll have to go through and read the rest of those comments and kind of decide what I want to film. I guess that's it. Obviously I'll be vlogging tomorrow, so I'll see you guys tomorrow. Good night, guys.